P-E-E-Z-M-A-N-T-V.
This is rated PG. It's another day in Leona High School. But this time, it's Boys Day. Kick back, relax, and turn your volume up. Because I'm about to show you everything that happened on this day. That's right, everything.
Ding 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 dum bum 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 bum
We have to go. Police look at what up, see what is going on. They're a toxic that just come out of prison, escape from prison, and I run toxic. Take me from Africa, I come right out, I'm here to go. Guy named Alta Beer. Spend them head off down Eastwood Park Road. He said, Reggie, you tell us something, we have the police up the road, but we don't stop the police. Oh. He said, no, stop. Police are driving down, you meet a lady, still no stop. Lick a car and couple things, break off of the road, said, no, stop. You turn down Whitehall Avenue, you go through 12, and you live what is called Moon and Gully, on that side of the road to live. And before we are reached down, so the jump out, pick up in a light post. Next few years that this car took off in the gully and it got through the tunnel and going to community in Rome and escape from the police. Years ago, there was a place called 100 Lane and 100 Lane and Park. And the dad somewhere right there just walk through and then come at the top of the lane and they come down there and go in and go in. In the morning they kill goat. You can go out, you can check it on life. They kill goat. They burn them house, they kill people from children, around 40 people that night in 100 Lane. And think. I shake that with you because I want to understand that when God has a purpose in your life, God has a purpose in your life. I'm not sure this is your purpose, except you know one. I'll share with you after that. Education is key. I used to sell gleaner at the 88 bus stop in Kingston. And I sleep out here and get up in the morning, go on North Street to pick up newspaper and sell it for a couple of times. Right out the York Pharmacy and then walk from the York Pharmacy and kept the stoplight up on Devon House. You're doing that when I'm in university. Selling newspaper in university. We are selling newspaper for 2 weeks and I had to feel. Because I want to go from school too. But it was purpose rather than plan. And 2 at a time, there were 5 of us. One named Honda, one named Shaq. One of them is taken from,
Yes, sir.
I think the book of
From-
Proverbs. It says,
Been in
a man's
Jamaica for
gift
4 years.
makes room for him and
And
brings him
another
before
is
great
from
men.
B5 and it's
Alright?
gonna be
Repeat
longer
after me. A
than
man's
friends in
gift
Trinidad.
makes room for him and brings him before great men. Okay, the other one is, see a man who is diligent in what he does. He will not stand before obscure men. Alright, so those scripture verses basically saying that all of us, God has given us a gift. I want to develop that gift. That gift can make room for us today. Every single one of us is seen up here today. The keyboardist, the keyboardists who are playing, the bass, alright, Pastor Omar on the computer, alright, all of us, you understand, basically, we discovered our gift and we decided to develop our gift. And as a result of doing that, our gift is what brought us here today to speak to you. So that's why your gift actually makes room for you and bring you before great men. Do you believe that you are great? Alright? And greatness doesn't necessarily mean, alright, having millions of dollars and those different things. Being great simply means doing what God created you to do. And once you are doing that and impacting lives, you are great. Okay, guys? Okay, because the understanding of the word of how it means to be great is totally different. There are some people in the Bible, their names were never mentioned. All was mentioned was the deed that they actually did. And they were considered as great men and great women. But in the eyes of the world, greatness means to have what? House and land and money and those different things. Alright? And so we have a lot of people going after these things and doing things that are not seemingly right in order to achieve it. And at the end of the day, when they achieve it, they realize that, listen, this is really not life. Now, just a bit about my life. Already you know that I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. And in my family, there are 6 boys. Okay? Never grew up with any sister, but I discovered that I had a sister on my father's side. Alright? So the 6 boys, we are Ansel, Andy, Arnold, Andre, Alistair, Arian. We are all 8. Okay? Don't try to repeat it. And we have contributed, I've been contributed Shakespeare, my daughters are Anika and Andrea. Alright? And so, I grew up in a family of mainly boys. Alright? Including my father that was 7, so my mom was the only female, really in the home. Now, in my family where I grew up, now my father really couldn't read or read properly. I used to hear my father trying to read Psalms 23 verse 1. It would take him at least 10 minutes to put the one verse together. Shepherd alone took him about 10 minutes. Not 10 minutes, about 5 minutes. Alright, but what I learned from my father is this. He was determined to learn how to read. And that's what I picked up from the man. He was determined. My mom on the other side, yes, she could read, a lot better than my father. Alright, so, and then they weren't married. Until now, they are still not married. Okay, they have been together for almost 50 years and they are still not married. Okay, they live in the same house, have separate rooms. Okay, but that's the lifestyle that they are basically living. And so, growing up in that kind of a setting, alright, I was the first out of 6 boys to pass common entrance. Today you call it? Visa. Okay? And so, as I said, I was the first actually to pass common entrance. And so, as a result of that, at age 12, I had 2 dreams. One was to travel the world, and the other one was to see snow. Alright? You say you do. I was one of them. I want to see snow or travel the world. See snow. I don't know what it's about snow. Now you have the Americans and the person from abroad rushing to come to Jamaica this time of year, and you have us, in the Caribbean, rushing to go up to the States. Life can be really funny sometimes. But at the same time, that's the kind of a setting I grew up in. I really never had any reference point or person that I could look to. My father really wasn't a good example. Because my father was a womanizer. I guys know what a womanizer is, right? Now, at age 12 or 13, somewhere thereabout, I was at a bazaar. It was how would you call it in Jamaica? Where you have display of things people come their bag, you have throwing the ring over the bottle and those different things. So it's not over here. In Trinidad we call it a bazaar. And when I was there, my uncle came and grabbed me by my hand and said, come on, meet the sister. That's the first time I've discovered that I had a sister. Now, out of the 6 boys, between me and Arnold, I discovered that they have a sister. And between Alan and me, we discovered we have another brother. And that's who we know about. My father was a very wild man. And when my mother found that out, I saw that it put my mother in depression for almost 1 year. And I told myself, listen, I made a decision there and then that I will never be like my father. I will never treat my wife like that. The night of this month is 20 years since I've been married. Okay? And we have been going strong. Right? And we take no thanks for that. It's only because of God as we are together today. Because marriage is a commitment that we both make to God to love each other. And we want each other God is pleased at the end of the day. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense, guys? And if you understand me, you can just lift your hand. Alright, wonderful. Okay, and so that is the kind of environment I grew up in. I also grew up seeing my father beat my mother. Now some of you don't know about it. The older heads will remember the old singer machine. Alright, where you had no motor. And you had to press, right, in order for the machine in order for it to work. Alright, one day I saw my father beat my mother. And my brother and I had to fit into that little space. Alright, to prevent ourselves from getting licked. I mean, for most of their lives, they fought. And that again was a good example for me. But I choose not to be like my father when that is concerned. When I came to Jamaica, as a matter of fact, there was another incident that took place between my father and I. We had a big fight. Okay? No. Not really on my side, because for me it's disrespect to fight with my father. Alright, but there was this young girl. 2 weeks before she got married, the guy called off the wedding. You know why? Because they were having sex. And he understood what she felt like, he knew what she felt like, and he decided, listen, I don't want this girl again. I want to go for greener grass. And the girl was mashed up, torn up, and she needed a friend to talk to. So she called home, and when she called home, that she was talking with me, my father was on the phone, trying to find out who was home with my little brother. He came home, asked who was on the phone, I told him I was on the phone. Yanked the phone out of the jack, I went and knocked it up in the wall. And on his way out, I said, Dad, you mean you cannot talk to me like a father to son about the situation? I said, yank the phone out of the jack and knock it up. But who tell me say that? Guess what happened? Oh, we don't have beef, we don't have fight here. He started cursing and telling me all kind of bad words. Alright, and I said something to my father that I regret. Alright, I said to him, Dad, if you don't change your life, you have some bitter days coming ahead of you. If you want to bring this to mom, I want to bring this to us when you were small, you have some terrible days coming ahead of you. And if you go repent, I'm sorry for you. But who tells me say that again? You might go back glass bowl and stand behind me, scream. No. The bowl went like this. I cut me just about here. I went that way and went and mashed up a PVC pipe. Now you understand that PVC pipe is very strong. If that bowl hit me plumb, could you imagine what would happen to me? I would literally be crippled today. Now my father was in front of the door. And so I wanted to get outside because it is disrespectful for me to fight with my father. And while I was running out for the door, he was running into me. And I hit him, boom! And my father was under me, struggling together. And a voice came to me, but Roland, your father won't match for you. If I allowed my anger to come out, my father's throat was exposed. All here was exposed. And if I allowed my anger to come out of me, my father probably could have been a dead man today. But guess what? Before I came to Jamaica, he got a phone call from someone in Jamaica, alright? That they are sending a ticket for me in Jamaica. I'll tell you about that shortly. And so he came to my workplace and he decided to basically give me the message. And for weeks I would wake up and tell my father good morning, he won't say good morning to me. Okay? Now that very same night, he wanted to actually kill me because he was embarrassed. So when he came, when I ran out of the house, I ran to this side of the house, he was on this side of the house, and he was absolutely a machete, literally looking for me to chop me up. But 2 weeks before I actually came to Jamaica, I told you the different things that were happening. But when I was about to leave to the airport, here this brother actually took me, and he said to me, son, if things don't work out for you in Jamaica, remember you have a father. Now if I never saw him for the rest of my life, that was enough to carry me through. But when I came to Jamaica, the kind of hatred that was in my heart for this man, and my wife is the only person who can tell you how I hated that man. But that's what happened.